Thank you very much, Karen. Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to today's Communities, Neighbourhoods and Street Pride Cabinet Member Meeting, Wednesday, 4th of November, 2020 at 4 p.m. Hand over to you, Dominic, to discuss who's on the call with us today.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Dominic Monaghan. I'm the Democratic Services Officer for this meeting. With us on the call today, we also have Councillor Paul Pegg, and then officers, we have Alex Huff, David Kinsey, Karen Squires and Cully Bowden. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much for that. So moving on to the agenda. So item 1, apologies. There is none as far as I'm aware. Anyone else from the Dem Services?
No apologies, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Item 2 is late items to be introduced by the Chair. There's none by myself. And then item 3, which is declarations of interest. I don't think there will be anything for this group. No. Okay then. No, moving on to item 4, minutes of meeting held on the 17th of December 2019. That was in regards to bereavement services and price structure for the following year. I can't believe how long ago that was. It just seems like it's flown by, but I'll mark those as accurate. And then we are moving on to item 5, which is the Highways Winter Service Policy. So who's that, David or Cully?
Cully's going to present on this one, and then I'll answer any questions that may arise. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. Cheers. Thank you, David.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Cully Bowden. I'm the service lead for highways maintenance, and that covers the winter service. You should all have copies of the Cabinet report and winter policy that's been prepared. Having just taken on responsibility for the highway operations side of things, I have been tasked to ensure I got myself up to speed on this duty very quickly. And just as we're approaching the winter season, which has started now on the 1st of November, I've done just that. So in front of you, you have the winter policy for Derby City, which covers our treatment of ice and clearance of snow. And that's per our statutory duty under the Highways Act 1980. I'm sure you all know that the gritting of our network is a business as usual activity. We've been doing it for some time now, but we haven't actually presented anything to Cabinet as a formal policy of our commitments to this service and what we aim to achieve each year. And the code of practice that the industry guides this service does recommend that we have policies and priorities for these kind of activities formally approved and adopted by the Council. And this policy also links to our asset management policy and strategy that we had approved by Cabinet back in September 18. And it's all about providing a risk-based approach to our highway activities. So anything from inspections, repairs, servicing of the network and maintenance is all covered by a risk-based approach, treating those areas that need it the most. The policy in effect is making sure that we can, where as reasonably practicable, allow safe passage along a highway so that it's not endangered by snow or ice. So it's not realistic to treat every route in the city, but the policy reflects the use and functionality of our roads and priorities given to those that serve our greatest needs. I actually went out with one of our long-standing operatives last night. Last night was our first gritting duty this year. And he's been doing it for almost 30 years. And he actually told me last night that back in the day when the decision to go out and grit was taken by somebody who was sat on the highest point in Derbyshire, who'd look at the weather forecast and then radio down and tell everybody, right, now's the time to grit. But since then, things have changed dramatically, and since the service came back in-house, we've obviously been developing and refining our approach, using industry guidance, using innovation and technology to better understand our forecasts and to try and provide a more appropriate and efficient treatment to the network. So this policy that we present to you today is really a culmination of the more recent work we've done in the development of the policy, particularly over the summer now, and that's kind of highlighted in 4.4 of the Cabinet report, some of the more recent things that we've been doing to make efficiencies to the service. I'll not highlight them all, but the key ones I suppose to mention to you are that we have reviewed the existing service and reduced from 6 routes to 4. We haven't taken any roads out. We've just done the same 6 routes but within 4 to make some savings on the service. We've introduced new vehicles with automated salting, which means that the drivers can focus on driving, and the salting just looks after itself, treating the right parts of the network. We've replaced our salt barn in the summer, and we've made sure all the grit bins are full. I didn't really want to read it all out word for word, but I mean it's there for you. But just to say finally that we do have national policy drivers. You know, there's very much a need to make sure we're working and benchmarking ourselves with other local authorities, but the policy here really reflects where we are in Derby in terms of making sure that we're focused on the things that matter, that we're providing a modern and efficient service, and that we're applying value for money by trying to understand our winter service and making efficiencies where we can. What I've done with this policy is from page 9 onwards, as well as outlining the commitments that we're going to deliver, I've highlighted some key facts. So it's got all your interesting, this is what we do and this is how we do it, which will help kind of hopefully answers a lot of the questions that you might have. But it does illustrate what a complex and technical process it is behind the scenes. It's not just a case of getting in a truck and throwing some salt about. We have tailored this service to provide quite an intelligence-led provision for the city. The recommendation today, Chair, is to approve this policy and to enable any future changes to it to be done in consultation with the Cabinet member and the Strategic Director. And that's it from me. If there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you very much, Collie, for the comprehensive report, especially the appendix, which is obviously quite substantial. And obviously we've discussed winter policy, or actually gritting, and got to be honest, it's a lot more exciting than what it makes out to be. And myself, in February this year, went out with the gritters, and fellow councillors, I would encourage them to also go out and do a route with the gritters when it is safe to do so, mind you. But got to take note of the social distancing laws. But I would encourage councillors to go out with a gritter and see for themselves. But no, thank you very much. Councillor Pegg, you've joined us. Have you got any questions that you would like to ask the team regarding this policy?
Yeah, just the one point that I've picked up on. I know it's mentioned in at 9.1 with regards to the local flood risk management, but last year we was caught out really badly, weren't we? And we had quite a lot of roads closed off. I know it might be exceptional, but what contingencies are we putting in place to mitigate that sort of thing now, rather than waiting for it to happen? I.e. gully cleaning, is that taking place where we've got probably the worst predictions of flooding, say like Nottingham Road under the bridge there leading up to the Stores Road depot, and the other areas on the main trunk roads, because we do get badly affected by those.
I can answer that briefly in as much as saying yes, we are cleaning the gullies now. Parallel to the work that we've been doing with the winter policy over the summer, we've also undertaken a detailed drainage, a highway gully survey of the whole network. So we've currently surveyed about 42,500 gullies, trying to understand what state it's in at the moment, what condition it's in, and those that are already half to full capacity, and targeting those that need cleaning and attention on the run up to winter. So we've highlighted about less than 10% actually of those need more work, and more work soon. Some of it's within my gift in my service to do now. I'm working with we have the gully wagon in our team, so we're focusing on locations like the city centre, Frank Whittle Road and the strategic locations. You can appreciate these are not the easiest ones to get onto, so we're having to organise some road closures and some traffic management to get those done. But yes, and we're also working with our colleagues in land drainage and flood defence, because there are some that need a bit of extra work in terms of repairing the pipe work underneath where this water actually runs to. So yes, it is in hand. We have learnt the lessons from November last year, and we're doing our utmost to, where possible, remove surface water as part of our cyclical activities.
Thank you, Cully. Thanks for that. Good report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a final note. I think, Cully, don't quote me on this as such, but did you do a thesis on one of your thesis was based on gully cleaning and the hard, the detail of work and putting sensors into gullies so we can monitor what drains need cleaning, gullies need cleaning, because, I mean, some gullies will need cleaning once a year, some might not even need doing it depending on location, where some might need fortnightly, monthly, 2-monthly treatment or cleaning. So keep up the good work. And I'm right in saying that you did do that, is that right, Cully?
Thank you, Chair, for that plug. Yes, I have completed my dissertation, and it was all about introducing a business impact project. So I'm sure you'll hopefully see soon an impact, in as much as we want to target those locations. It's all the risk-based approach again, targeting those locations that need it the most. And you're right, there are locations out there that are servicing us really well in the estates and don't need the regular cleansing that they're probably getting. So our resources should be targeted at those that need it more. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Cully and David, for that. It is intricate work. You think, salt spreading and gully cleaning is it's just a bit of an intricate art, really, because it all helps with keeping the network moving, which is the most important thing for the city. Keep up the good work and pass on my thanks. I'm sure Paul will be the same to our gritting team and to all the guys in the highways team for keeping up their good work. But I'm happy to pass this recommendation and call the meeting to a close.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Councillor Smale. Thank you.
Thank you.